Live from the City of Angels. It's Sunday night, and we are in a celebratory mood because Minecraft has saved cinema with a gold mine haul. Sing it to us, Pointer Sisters. I haven't heard this since 1985. How about some love for picking the songs? Gold mine. I mean, guys, come on. There's a reason we're the gold standard, baby. Because of the musical choices alone. Get ready for the chorus. Here we go, baby. Sunday night. Yeah. God, the 80s were so great, right? Just buoyant, life-affirming, happy stuff. Just like this movie, man. Just like the movie we're talking about here tonight. Welcome to MMT as I pod down the Pointer Sisters and we get ready to rock and roll here on this Sunday night. Big show. We have Minecraft to discuss off the top. And then we're going to get into the amateur. I had a chance to see it last night. Early MMT evaluation tonight live, in addition to the Luckiest Man in America with Paul Walter Hauser. We discussed that coming up. But I think there's a lot of people right now saying, what happened this weekend? How did Minecraft make $157 million? And listen, I understand why you're saying that, because it's not for you. There's a very good chance this movie is not meant for your consumption. And I talked about that last weekend going into this week, that Minecraft is a property for kids, okay? This movie was not made for the cinephile. This movie was made for a 14-year-old kid to go nuts at the multiplex. And that's exactly what we got this weekend as you look here at THR's report, and you can see 301 million on the worldwide debut for this film, 157 here stateside, biggest video game adaptation debut ever. And you're saying, well, where'd this come from? Because you don't play the game. The movie wasn't made for you. Guess who it was made for? It was made for these kids. You guys ready to watch some shit go down inside a theater that made me happy? Now, normally I say be civil in a movie theater. Don't get too crazy. Respect others. Not for a Minecraft movie. Watch this. Here come the kids. Okay, it's that kind of movie. And then the cops show up. Why are the cops? Because the crowd was out of control. This isn't even stadium seating. Those kids got screwed. But listen, look at the audience, man. This ain't for us. Be happy that this film saved cinema. That's exactly what happened this weekend. This film came in and put up $157 million in a year that theaters have suffered. We've suffered. Mickey 17 from the same studio. I mean, guys, it's been bleak. But finally, we have the savior that is a Minecraft movie. And again, not for us. Unless you have little kids or teenagers. I mean, that's what we saw this weekend at multiplexes, were tons of kids in packs. Last night, when I checked out the amateur, you had groups of girls and boys, not just boys, okay? It could both ways. Barbie didn't even do that. So I think that's why you see the result that we have at 157 million, 300 million worldwide. It's a worldwide game. And trust me, the first thing that's going to happen tomorrow is Warner Brothers is going to greenlight the sequel. I mean, I can't believe they didn't announce it today. It's going to be tomorrow. And everybody involved here is going to come back. We'll add the female Steve, right? Whatever her name is. And we will get that film. And listen, let me tell you something. If I'm down the street in the meeting tomorrow morning, and I should be, I don't know why I'm not at this point, I'm going to tell them I want this in theaters Christmas 2026. Okay? So, Jared, I don't know what you have to do, But you need to get this movie ready, and I'm talking fast, because I want to capitalize on what we're seeing right now. Zeitgeist capturing movie going that we need, okay? So Warner Brothers, greenlight this thing. I mean, they're going to, obviously, but I want to fast track it. I don't even care if the movie's great. This film is not great. I had a lot of fun with it because it's so dumb, right? And I like the characters. I like the fact that it's a positive, uplifting film. And then you see the reaction. This is 2 in a row, by the way, for MMT of films that a lot of people said they're not good. This is garbage. And I said, it's not for you. And guess what? Moviegoers are going to love it. What was the other one? Deadpool Wolverine. It's not for Film Twitter. Film Twitter doesn't even know how to have fun. So how are they going to have fun watching that or Minecraft movie? In fact, let's go ahead and dish it out here tonight as we get started on this Sunday. Thanks for being here live, as always, on Sunday night. We have our MMT Clueless Critic. It is Jasmine Valentine. Here she is with her first ever tweet, I believe, for this film. You ready? The social embargo is up. A Minecraft movie is easily the worst movie I've seen in years. Not one iota of it. It's entertaining aside from Jennifer Coolidge, and that's not even the best part. Jennifer Coolidge is okay. I mean, that whole thing with the character coming out of the mine and living in the real world, I mean, that's just the weirdness of it. I don't think it really works that well, so Jasmine's missing that too. This isn't for you, Jasmine. Let's have a look at Jasmine. Do you guys think this movie's for Jasmine? Let's look at her. Heavily filtered picture here. Do we think that a Minecraft movie was made for Jasmine? No. I think the answer is pretty readily apparent in front of you, right? Not for Jasmine. But again, she calls it the worst movie she's seen in years. Apparently, she didn't sit through Beau is Afraid or Mickey 17. I hope that Jasmine thought Mickey 17 was great. I really do, because that's a career killer in it of itself. That's it. Beau is Afraid. Did she love Babylon? The Whale? What else can we throw in there, right? Triple threat of god-awful films. And the thing is again, I'm telling you, I've said it so many times, there is very few critics, A, you can trust, and B, that understand the assignment. Jasmine clearly didn't. I mean, it's appalling, the storyline and the script, if you can call it that. That's the point. Do you play the game, Jasmine? Hell no, you don't. That's why you're our clueless critic. Who are you writing for? Film Twitter dweebs. They can't decide what color hair they're going to have tomorrow. That's not who I relate to. We relate to real-world people that go out in the world and have fun. And this movie's exactly that. And that's why we recommended it. And that's why we are, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the gold fucking standard. No one comes close. We win all the time because we are better than everybody else. Let's get ready to do this because I figure we'll just keep rolling. I have not watched the MMT trailer reacts. I have not seen this for Tron Erick. So let's go ahead and do that as we roll into the show. We'll get to the amateur live MMT evaluation in moments, but I do want to watch the Tron Ares trailer. Let me tell you something before we watch this film. Well, trailer. Here's the deal. I grew up with Tron. I have the Tron figures. I had the Tron light cycle with the ripcord. I didn't have the video game, but I put a ton of quarters into that son of a bitch, right? With the big joystick, you go one of 4 ways. You got the tanks. You got the throwing the frisbees. You've got, what the fuck was the other one? The spiders, and whatever the 4th one was, it'll come to me. We'll watch the video game in a minute to remind me. Let's watch Tron Ares. Not a huge fan of the last Tron film, although I love the visuals and that Daft Punk score/soundtrack. Let's watch the trailer, my reaction as it plays. Welcome to MMT on this Sunday night. Sorry, here it is. Man, I love the light. Man, the light cycle looked fucking amazing. And you have it in the real world. I'm already down with Tron Ares way more than the last one. Oh, it reminds me of my light cycle that I had. Did I have blue or red? I think it was yellow. I had a yellow light cycle. I might have it in the closet. I might have to dig for it later when we watch like a trailer or something.
I'm looking for something. Something I do not understand.
this year's looking better, right? More promising. That's why we're all in a good mood here. Everything's coming up roses for movies after it was all the scent of death, right? Over the first few months of this year. I definitely like the worlds colliding. Cool.
Ready? Because there's no going back.
Jared Leto! So sexy, isn't he? Cool. Okay, let me tell you, obviously we have a visual effects leader in the clubhouse. I don't want to even talk about Avatar 3. Give it to something else. I want Cameron to go away with that garbage 3D Viewmaster crap. I don't even watch that again. This is what I want to watch. At least there's a real world element to it versus Avatar freaking imaginary headset bullshit. I hate Avatar. It's garbage. I hope that film bombs number 3. I really do. Disney won't allow it to bomb, but I pray it does. I don't want to watch another Avatar. I'd rather watch anything. I'd rather watch Minecraft for 24 hours straight than another Avatar. But you look at Tron and you're looking at a visual effects standout, obviously right there. When you blend the real world, even more impressive. So yes, I am stoked for this film. Daft Punk back again, I assume. I would hope so, even though Daft Punk isn't even Daft Punk from when I go back to having their 12-inch single in 1995. I had the vinyl from Soma Records, right? Told you guys I was a DJ in Columbus, Ohio. I was DJ Webslinger, man, and I used to play all kinds of deep progressive house before anybody else did, certainly in Ohio. They're like, what is this? Spooky, D.O.P., Daft Punk on Soma, so many cool records, and I hope that they are back again. I would assume that's the case. I should have done my homework, but again, this is a reaction. I'm not supposed to know everything. I'm supposed to react to it live. I didn't watch it until this very moment. Your thoughts here. Resner Ross. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's even, listen. Again, Daft Punk, are they even alive? I don't even know. But I can tell you this, right? Who are you going to get for a score? I want Resner Ross. Obviously, I'm going to want Michael Levi, as I've talked about so many times. Johnny Greenwood is a good call. And obviously, Ludwig, okay? These are like my top 4. Can I pick from any of them? That's who I want. So yeah, Resner Ross, elevate everything that they take part in. I don't care what it is. Whether it is the Pixar film, oh God, how great is that final track in the Pixar film? What the hell was it called, right? When they did that, it's one of the best compositions I've ever heard in a film. So yeah, you're off to a flying start here. 9 Inch Nails, well, there, of course. I grew up with 9 Inch Nails, man. Again, hanging out in bars in Columbus back in my college days, spent way too much time in Mean Mr. Mustard's rather than in class. I would be out like Sunday night until like 2 in the morning. We'd go out, it was pitcher night, $1 for a pitcher of beer, and it was garbage beer, and I would get absolutely lit. I mean, worse than Gore now, right? I mean, it was like maybe twice as bad as Gore, which you can imagine how to even get home at that point. If you're twice as drunk as Chris Gore, holy shit, man. I can't believe you weren't hit by about 10 cars on the way home. How'd you get home? So the fact that I'm here tonight is a testament to, I don't know what, God bringing me here, because there's no other way I should be here based on how blotto I was throughout a lot of my time at The Ohio State University. I was either hanging out at Mean Mr. Mustard's or I was playing volleyball in the Oval. That were the two options. Tron Ares, Oscar frontrunner for visual effects, of course. Leisure Suit Louis, welcome back to the channel. 100% agree. And again, I just want to spread the love. So let's just leave Avatar in the back. I just don't want to discuss the film anymore. All right, we'll watch another trailer in a minute, but I do want to get to the MMT evaluation here. We'll get some comments. We're flying, right? That's what we like to do here. I like to get as much as possible in here. I'll work your comments in, and I want to thank again, some love, thumbs up for Gone Girl, who is helping produce tonight, hitting the comments for me. Always a treat to have him in the house. Let's talk about The Amateur. This is Rami Malek. This is a Tom Clancy adjacent film. Very similar in feel. In fact, this feels like a film that could be out in 1997 and everyone would be like, oh, this is a big hit. Right? It just has that dated feel to it. And overall, listen, it's a competent film. So I can't really say it's poorly made or orchestrated or calibrated. It just isn't all that thrilling because there's really nothing new to offer with this film. We're going to watch a scene with Rami here in a moment. He basically is a CIA smart dude, not an agent, but a guy behind the scenes who puts puzzles together. He's basically like the accountant in a CIA office, right? It's like a blending of that with a Clancy film. And he goes out and gets revenge for his wife that is killed in London. And here's a scene where he takes out a bad guy and then has to flee with the help of someone on a headset. This is a taste of tonight's MMT evaluation, The Amateur.
Henderson's headed your way. Go towards the stairwell.
Where is he now?
He's in the stairwell, 3 floors above. Head towards the basement. There's an exit in the back. Shit. There's another one, already in the basement. He's coming towards you.
Which way?
Left, go left.
Where is he? The other one.
I don't know, I'm looking right now.
No! Stop! Stop! Stop!
And there's the film, and you can see, the feel of it. Here's the deal. I like Rami Malek. I think that he's a strong actor. He's one of those guys that you have to kind of have perfectly positioned, right? He was outstanding as Freddie Mercury, perfect casting on that, born to play that role. But outside of that, he's a little dude. I met him one time over at Century City at the mall there, and he's not very big. You can see him on screen here. He's short, thin. He just isn't the action hero, and that's what the film is, right? It's a guy who shouldn't be the dude taking out the trash, doing it. We've seen it a million times. Novocaine just a few minutes ago, right? And then whatever else. Love Hurts this year. But this film is not like that. It doesn't have the jokes. It's very much of a 1997 film. Overall, I mean, listen, it's harmless. I give it a 79%. It's not great, but it's also not something when you're watching it, you're like, oh my God, I want to be out of here. Like Mickey 17. This is just a film that's going to come in, maybe open at 12 million, maybe 15 if it's lucky next weekend. And if you go see it, you're not going to hate yourself, but you're also not going to come out of it going, oh my God, you got to go see The Amateur. It's just not going to happen. So that is our evaluation of that film. Opens up on Thursday. Will The Amateur do good at the box office? Cell phone, welcome back. Yeah, I mean, that's what we just talked about. I think it's just in a bad spot because we've had so many of these films recently. Like I mentioned, Novocaine, Love Hurts. I mean, we just watched these films so many times, different iterations of the same thing. Unlikely hero turns out to be a killer assassin. We've done that trope so many, countless times that it's just going to suffer from that end. But, listen, with Minecraft coming in and pushing people to the multiplex, I think one of the things that's important to note about the success of Minecraft is that now you have taught people that movies matter, okay? And people are talking about movie theaters for the first time in forever. I would even argue before Moana 2, because Moana 2 was like not something everyone was really discussing. This film's different. This is a Barbie. This is a Deadpool Wolverine. This is, everyone knows Minecraft movie is out. The kids certainly do, and I'm sure you did, even if you don't want to see it. Why is that important? Because now you're going to get people to maybe come back next weekend and say, I like going to a movie. I enjoyed largely Minecraft movie. Now, I understand this isn't for the kids, but it's still about training the young kids to go to the movies. Guys, we're not all Gen Xers like me. We didn't grow up, go to the movie theater 3 times a week. And that's where everyone met on a Saturday night, okay? and Friday night, both nights, for God's sake. That's where you met your friends and you went to go see whatever it was. These kids aren't like that. So we need to get them off Instagram, off TikTok, off YouTube. Okay, sorry I said that. I'm going to get totally destroyed now by YouTube for saying that. We need to get them to movie theaters. And if it takes a Minecraft, that's important. So this will have residual ripples, as it were. And that's good for film because we're seeing so many of these smaller films, smaller than the amateur, come in and just not do anything major. And that's what we need to correct. We've got to bring Windows back, as we talked about so many times, having that exclusivity of 45 days, as I put out there over 6 months ago, and now AMC wants to do it. Again, to Adam Aaron, man, listen, it's not about you wanting to do it. It's about you doing it. You don't say, I want to do something. You get out there tomorrow morning, you call up every studio, Paramount, Sony, Warner Brothers, Disney, all of them in the house. And I want you to say this. It's very simple. 45 days starting May 1st. And if you do not abide by that, we will not play any of your films in our theaters, and the meeting is over. Meeting adjourned. Okay? You're not playing games here if we're going to compromise. We're done. And I know Universal doesn't want to do it because you heard that report that some studios are on board. Universal clearly is one of those that's not on board. Why do I know that? Because they're the one who break the window all the time. 17 days. As soon as a film bombs, it's on digital within 30. Universal doesn't want to do it. They're like, hey, we made, what was the number? Like $1 billion? No, it was a ton. It was crazy. 100 million? What was it on digital? Whatever it was for Wicked. That's great. I don't care. Let me explain. I'm not here to worry about your digital sales, okay? I am here to protect movies, and we're going 45 days, and that's the end of the discussion, okay? Donald Trump of the Windows negotiations. Well, everyone who hates Trump, let me just tell you, at least the man says we're going to do this. Whether it's catastrophic or not, I can't promise. But at least he says that's what I would do. I would bring them in and say, we're doing 45 days, and there's no negotiation. I'm not doing 40. I'm not doing 35. It's 45. That's it. The meeting's over. Do you guys understand? That's the thing. We're going to talk about the studio episode 3 because I think it's very important tonight as we look at that with the Ron Howard. If you haven't watched the studio, it's fantastic. But one thing you take away from the studio, we'll talk about it here shortly, but the real big picture is that no one in this town has balls, right? Everyone who's in a position of power is afraid of fucking up. And let me tell you something. In life, you're going to mess up. You have to just do it. You cannot go through life going, what if this doesn't work? You have to just go. Right? You cannot overthink it. You cannot just sit back and hope. You need to take action, and you need to be definitive, and you need to be certain, and then that's it. And you see in that episode, we'll discuss shortly, that comes back to bite Rogan in the ass because he didn't just take care of it. And that's what we have now with AMC, with Adam Aaron, who's making $9+ million. Some say upwards of $20 million. When you're making that much money, I don't care if it's $2 million. When you're making that kind of cash, and he's way more than 2, you need to be a ball buster. I will do it for half of that. Give me $1 million. $1 million bucks, I'll get it done within 48 hours because I'm not going to play games. Exactly what I just said tonight is exactly what's going to happen in the meeting. I don't care if the head of Universal's there, the head of Warner Brothers. Bro, let's do a shirtless. Let me rip it off. Who's the fucking man? I'm the man. I'm not afraid of you guys. I don't give a shit if you drove up here in a Rolls Royce. I don't give a shit. We are doing a 45-day window, end of discussion. Do you guys get it? We've given you way too long now. We're not playing the game. Okay? We good? Awesome. Meeting adjourned. Goodbye. Slam the door. I'm tired of this wishy-washy bullshit from Adam Aaron. I mean, you get paid that much money and you don't have any fucking balls? What's wrong with you? TikTok is what's driving audience through, unfortunately. Tucker, listen, I don't hang on TikTok. I don't have videos on TikTok. I don't even have the app. Okay, now I can't even get it. But you're right. These kids are all into that. So when they see that this film has chicken jockey, and then here's the TikTok moment, and they throw the popcorn and shit, the kids want to be in on that. They want to discuss this film tomorrow when they get back in class. That's what drives these films, is that FOMO, and this film has that. So unfortunately, you're probably correct about that with TikTok. But still, it's just about rebuilding the knowledge that movies matter, that movies are cool, that you just had fun in a movie theater as opposed to Jasmine Valentine, the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. You're like, really? Honey, let me explain something to you. You didn't watch Did you guys see Mickey 17? That shit's terrible. Guys, it's not even watchable. That film did more damage to movies than Minecraft could ever hope to. So Jasmine, oh God, I can't. I'm telling you guys, these critics are some of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. They are so dumb. They really are. They're so unimpressive. Okay, and not just physically, clearly, but from just a mental standpoint, they don't understand that some of these movies are not for them. And don't tell me, by the way, don't sit here and tell me, okay, that a movie like Mickey 17 is not for me. It's garbage, okay? We're not having that discussion. Someone wanted me to watch the Materialists trailer, so we're going to do that right now. And then we're going to do the MMT evaluation of Luckiest Man in the World. And I think we have to watch the film thread evaluation because I need to see what they say before I unload on it. I want to see if they saw the same things because if they don't see what I saw with Luckiest Man in America, it's another win. I mean, it's already a win. We already destroyed them. Guys, it's not a contest. Gore, you know when you go to bed at night that I fucking destroy you in a live stream. It's not a contest, okay? It's not even, dude, it's the NBA All-Stars versus a junior high team. It's not a contest. And you know that, and I know that, and as long as we know that, we're square. But I'm telling you, I'm going to watch your evaluation, and if you don't see this shit, it's another nail in the coffin for that slog fest of a show. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This show has so much more energy. Are you kidding me? Guys, it's not a comparison. Go watch Film Thread. You'll fall asleep. It's a movie for 85-year-olds. A show. Here comes Materialist from A24.
Hey, are you single? I'm a matchmaker. Give me a call if you want to meet somebody.
I deserve someone who fulfills all of my criteria.
Nothing over 20 BMI.
I don't want someone who likes cats.
I'm trying to settle. I promise you're going to marry
What is this?
the love of your life.
I do like the Madonna usage. Of course I do. Gen X, baby.
How many marriages are you responsible for now, Lucy?
9.
This is not for me. Right? I just talked about how Minecraft's not for you. I don't think this is for me, clearly. This is definitely a chick flick. I mean, there's no way in hell that this is for dudes.
Asks for a call, drink of water.
I like Scarlett. Or what's her name? Oh, shit. Is that her name? I swear to God, I forgot all of a sudden. Dakota. That's right. Forget it. As
With a
Dakota.
salary over 500 grand.
Always Mr. Right.
You deliver.
You're the matchmaker.
Oh, Pedro Pascal. Is this guy the most overrated actor ever? Can we agree? I don't know how this guy became big. He's not even a really good-looking guy. Let's be real. If he was like an accountant in an office, you'd be like, that's Bob. He's okay. He's not going home with hot chicks, right? He just isn't. I'm sorry, he's not. Why is he big? Someone explain to me. I've never seen anything from this guy that makes me go, here's a movie star. Never once.
You want a drink?
Sure. Coke and beer.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, John.
Oh, it's another love triangle from Celine Song, who gave us the very forgettable Past Lives that you were told was the best movie ever made.
Definitely didn't expect to run into you tonight.
Hey, it's Chris Evans. I didn't even know he was in this.
Missed you.
You don't even remember my face.
Who asked me to watch this? I don't like you right now.
Lucy M., the Eternal Bachelorette.
You can do better than me.
My instincts are usually right.
I can't watch any more of this. I'm done. I'm pulling the plug. This is not for me. Another love triangle, garbage, chick flick. Weber, you're so terrible. Are you guys having the same vibes I am? And tell me you're with me on Pedro Pascal. Because if you think he's like the best actor ever, man, I don't know what's wrong with me. What am I missing? Tell me something to watch. Don't say Mandalorian. I'm not sitting through the Mandalorian. Another second. And I'm gonna, oh, God.
You know how to do the math, don't you? You are what we call a unicorn. An impossible fantasy.
Pedro Pascal's an impossible fantasy, a unicorn? Dude, if Pedro Pascal was the accountant guy, no one would look at him twice. Thank you, Danielle. I'm drawing people out now. People who never comment are like, I'm angry because I don't like him either. Because I'm being told, I feel like I'm being forced propaganda. Here's Pedro Pascal, the greatest actor of our... Oh, stop. Enough with Pedro. I don't think I've seen, again, anything that's interesting. No chemistry. Well, don't make me say what I want to say about Pedro.
12 million.
Not gonna marry him, are you?
Why not?
Because he's good looking and rich.
What was the last movie we just saw was a love triangle? Well, of course, Past Lives, but there was something recently just like this, and I had to suffer through it. And I'm like, I do not want to watch this. This is A24 trying to make a more commercial chick flick kind of thing, right? Hey, Celine, we like Past Lives, a little too cinephilic, a little slow. Can we up it and put some stars in it and we'll let you direct it? I like some of her artistic flourishes in the film. I think it looked really good, Past Lives. But who thinks about their fifth grade friend? And's like, oh, I still love you. You're my fifth grade. I go back to my crush in elementary school, Laurie Straight. I don't think about Laurie Straight. Well, I said her now, I think twice on our streams. I don't think about her, but according to Past Lives, we all pine for our fifth grade crush. What? This is bad. I don't want to. There's another 45 seconds. I'm not watching this shit. Thank you, Tucker. You know, I watch so many movies, I forget Challengers. That's a great film because that's Luca doing his thing. You got the Reznor Ross techno shit going on. That film rocks, right? This is not that. This is like a lullaby. Boring Hallmark Channel shit. I mean, it really is. I can't believe it's A24 film. Remember, A24 is trying to make movies that are more, accessible to mainstream audiences, and this is the way in. And same with Warfare coming up this weekend. It's, I guess, I was talking to Gone Girl before the stream started. Are you going to see Warfare? No, I'm not going to see Warfare. I'll see it next weekend. I'm not in a rush. After Civil War, I don't need to see anything involving war with Alec Garland. I need to watch him doing Alex Garland. I need to watch him doing 28 Years Later as a writer, as a director, Men. And then Civil War is enough to me to say, man, I already forgot about Ex Machina. This shit's bad. We need to see No, I don't have any pictures of Laurie Straight. God, why? Why do I do this? Now so you guys are going to be digging up information on Laurie Straight. I don't even know if it's spelled like that. I have no idea because I don't remember my fifth grade crush all the time. All right, let's do the MMT evaluation of another small film. Okay, here's the thing. Do you want to do my evaluation first, and then we'll go watch Film Threat? You guys want to do that? Okay, let's do this. Let's do my evaluation live, as always, of The Luckiest Man in the World, or America. I even got the title wrong. It's The Luckiest Man in America. Just assume it says America. Paul Walter Hauser stars as a dude that went on Press Your Luck, that 80s game show, which I watch. If you're a Gen Xer, you know what we're talking about. And he rigged the system. Here's the trailer, and we'll discuss the film. It's a film with a lot of issues, and I hope that our friends over at Film Threat, and I use friends very lightly, if they recognize the same shit, because I bet they didn't. Here comes The Luckiest Man in America.
From Television City in Hollywood, it's time to press your luck.
I just came off a 3-day trek from my hometown in Ohio. And I drive an ice cream truck.
I
love the show. I've probably seen every episode.
I like the guy.
What?
Stories like those are why America loves game shows.
Based on an
Let's meet our
insane
three
true
contestants
story.
vying for the big bucks.
Big bucks.
Now, the big board is filled with money, but be careful of the whammies because they'll take you right back down.
This game was awesome, right? So they sit there with a plunger, and then the thing goes around the lights, and you had to hit it, and then the lights stopped at either money or that guy, the whammy. And when the whammy showed, you lost all your money. And this thing is, watch, he keeps pressing his luck because he knew the pattern.
Down to zero.
Let's see those big bucks.
4,000 and a spin.
I'm gonna keep going.
Stop! 16,000.
Pass, man.
Mathematicians are giving me 6 to 1 odds.
What's wrong with this guy?
Keep going.
He's gonna go.
Love Paul Walter Hauser. Don't love this movie. Just a few more minutes of this.
Somebody
Seconds.
didn't vet this guy. He's not playing the game right. Well, you gotta scare him.
It'd be a real pity if he got held up here in L.A.
It's a lot of money. Do you want to spend and risk losing it all?
I said again.
I tried to warn him.
Almost there, guys, almost there.
Just find out who this guy is.
Are you doing something wrong?
Maxwell comes in a big deal right now. That's gonna change everything.
I don't know what to tell you. Heads are gonna roll for this.
All right, guys, we'll pause it there, and I'll tell you, this trailer makes the film look a lot stronger than it actually is. This trailer looks like September 5th. Remember that film? I really like the edits. I like the direction. I love the ensemble. Okay, it feels like that's what you're going to get here. In fact, that's why I went to see it. I watched the trailer for the first, 20 seconds. Oh, I'm going to love this. Here's the problem, and we'll find out if Film Threat saw it. I mean, did they see the same things? Because it's right in front of you. If you can't see this shit, I don't know what to tell you. One of the big things that's great is Paul Walter Hauser. He's fantastic in everything. Richard Jewell, right? Not a great film, but he is so strong. And here as this guy who wants to reconnect with his ex-wife and his young daughter and does so through this show. Okay, but the problem with this film, and it is right in front of you the entire time. This is some of the poorest direction that I have seen in a film in a very, very, very long time. Okay, because first of all, as a director, let me explain what your job is. Your job is to know what works and what does not within the film that you're making. You are overseeing the entire thing. You've got Paul in a great spot. He's the right guy. And then you build things around him that are, I'm telling you guys, one of the worst scores I've ever heard in this film. It is so wrong. Right? When you're watching the film, I know what should be there. I'm not telling you I can compose, but here's what I'm going to tell you. If you give me 5 scores for a scene, I'm going to tell you which one's the right one. Okay? I have good taste. Really strong. And the thing is, this director, first-time director, big film. I mean, he's done some small stuff. He's like a second unit guy. This dude has no idea that this score does not work. In the scenes, it's like, what is happening? What am I listening to? It's kind of meandering, and it's like, what are we doing? It's a great example of how a score can actively bring your film down in seconds, and that's exactly what happens here. But in addition, the poor direction falls back to the screenplay. He is part writer on this, the first time, second time, whatever director. But when you watch this thing, it doesn't fully mesh. And here's why. Because you have a tonal clash between kind of the comedy of this guy making so much money by cheating on a game show with him trying to connect with his ex-wife and young daughter and get that emotional. So when you have that tonal clash, you have to mesh it. You've got to make sure that everything feels right. It has to go seamlessly from one to another and back and forth and be able to juggle those two things through that mosaic that is stitched and meshed perfectly. This film does not have that. And it goes back to, again, poor direction. This is one of the worst directed films I have seen in an extremely long time. Paul Walter Hauser used to be on Twitter. If he was, I'd love to have a conversation because I bet you he knows this too, because it's right in front of you to watch this film. And because of the overall lack of skill set of this director, this is a 60%. It's a shame because the film could have been cool. The film could have been very good, but instead you are left going, what? This is, and let me tell you something. This makes me pissed. When I watch a film like this from a director who, hey, director, I hope you're watching this. You're not talented. You have no talent. I would say maybe a 1% talent. Very low, extremely low talent, because you had to know the score was wrong. You had to know that the screenplay doesn't mesh. You've got to know that this film isn't great. Oh my God, there's a scene in this film where he wanders into another set on the same lot at CBS down here, Television City in off Fairfax, and he walks in to like a talk show with Johnny Knoxville. And what is this shit? It's like, it's the most random thing ever. He wanders on the set, and Johnny Knoxville's like, come on in and sit down. It's like a dream sequence, but it's not. It's not played like that. It's played like it's in reality, and it makes no sense. The film is not good, and what a shame, because Paul Walter Hauser's very good, and the film could have been. These films make me pissed because it should have been good, and exactly, listen, it drastically destroys this film. It's so poor because it's not the right thing. You've got to know, right? And here's the thing. You go back, you look at Challengers. We just brought up Challengers, right? Challengers is something to behold because what you're listening to from Reznor Ross should not work. Okay, when you first get a glimpse of that, when you first get that techno, boom, 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 you're like, wait a second. But then, through the magic of a very talented director in Luca and Reznor Ross, the geniuses that they are, you have it work. This is a case, see, this is what I talk about. Talent matters. Talent matters. How many times I've talked about this? I'm so tired of marginally talented or less in this space that should not be behind a camera, should not be in front of a camera, should not be writing, should not be promoting, and that's what we're stuck with. We have people, I don't even know how this guy made the movie, but it is just so underwhelming. The audience last night was, I mean, not even a clap. At the end of the movie, you always, I don't care what movie, Burbank, someone's like, yeah. Everyone's like, I'm just going to walk out. I'm going to shuffle out. Well, exactly. Remember, this debuted at TIFF, and then IFC wanted, I wouldn't buy this film. I would not buy this film. Not even IFC. It's below them. This is definitely not as good as Blackberry. I mean, Blackberry is a very good film. That's great IFC. IFC is really hit or miss. I mean, I think that when they hit, it's not that big of a hit, right? It's solid. IFC is not going to get the great films. They're last in the pecking order, right? They're the Oakland A's of the studio system, right? Go back to Moneyball. They're not the Red Sox. They're not the Yankees. They are literally the A's, and not the A's that won, the A's that suck. So IFC, sorry, IFC, it's the truth, and you know it. You're not getting anything great. You never will. Blackberry is probably the best film you ever will get. Other than, I think, didn't they have Boyhood? Love Boyhood. Wow. Okay, but in a course of over 10 years, you have two good films. That's IFC. They're never going to be the big boys. It'll never happen, okay? Skincare I liked a lot, okay? Memoir Snail. But again, Memoir Snail is very good, and Skincare is way better than this. And what a great example. Thanks for bringing that up. When you watch Skincare, you watch a very talented director. When you watch this, you see a very marginally, at best, and I don't even think I'd call him that, poorly talented. And let's go watch just a second. I can't wait to hear what Chris Gore. By the way, I just did this in 3 minutes, and it's nonstop. Bang, 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 bang. I didn't break down the entire movie. Let's watch some of, you guys ready? This is for the old folks over that are 95 and older. They watch Film Threat. You guys ready to listen to what they had to say? Let's listen if they caught on to this is a poorly directed film. If they do not say that, I'm here to tell you that they're even bigger frauds than I ever even imagined. And I call them frauds all the time. But this will be so bad. I can't. Let's watch and find out. I pray. We're going to have to sit through 4 minutes of synopsis from Gore. You guys ready? Here we go.
Paul Walter Hauser. He is on fire lately. We'll see him in the upcoming Naked Gun movie. I loved him as Richard Jewell. He's just a guy that pops up. You've seen him in.
They're not even talking about the movie yet. I said I love Paul Walter Hauser, and we talked. I already did this better. Real quick, everybody, right now, let's hammer them again. Who did it better within 20 seconds? This shit's still going on. Do you guys understand? I don't care if he has 5,000 views, 140,000 subscribers. My channel destroys your channel, Gore. It's not a contest. It's not a contest. I'm sorry. I'll say it every fucking time because I know I'm right.
Cobra Kai. He is the lead actor in this movie.
Oh, my God.
So check out interviews with him on our interview channel.
Dude, talk about the movie.
This is based on a true story.
Oh, synopsis time.
About a man who appeared on a game show.
Oh.
His name was Michael Larson.
Oh, my God. Who cares?
And he went on this game show and won the most amount of.
Talk about pressure luck. Dude, do you understand I'm doing this live? He's doing it live, but I mean, I don't have a script. I literally laid out pressure luck, 80s big thing. Here's the whammy. None of this. He doesn't even have a video up. He's got a poster. What are we watching here?
Money ever won on a game show up to that point. To the point where people on the show thought he was cheating. He had a trick, not a cheat, a trick that allowed.
No, first of all, we're already a minute in. Do I have to go back and rewatch my stream from right now? A minute? This isn't a contest. I can't believe I still have to sit through this.
For him to be able to win. The cast is rounded out by Walton Goggins, who plays Peter, the host of the game show. Maisie Williams, Sylvia, who is one of the producers on the show.
What
Johnny Knoxville
is he
in it
doing
as well, along with David Stratham, who is a studio executive. Great.
Hey, I need to interrupt you.
This is fucking horrible. This is even worse than I ever imagined. This is why? Because he goes on Nerdrotic's channel. You have to back up your stature in this business. I back it up every time I step on the mic. And this,
Press Your Luck.
I'm sorry, guys.
Scandal.
This
Game
is
show.
this is
Yeah, sorry. Press Your Luck is the name of the game show. And the director
sorry, Shay.
who I spoke to about this movie.
Listen. I don't want to watch much more because I did it in like what, 2 minutes with a clip.
He happened on an old VHS.
He's still talking about the synopsis.
VHS tape in a resale shop character. He's also funny. He can do. You would do that.
There's a dog
where they
barking.
had that music. They do that in this movie. A strong recommend for me. I think, you know what? Let's show the trailer real quick because
now he's showing trailers. Yeah, exactly. You know who does it best.
I want Alan you to want to see the movie.
He said it's a strong recommendation. Not only is it boring, he's bad. He's not even good at this. I wonder how many drinks he had before the show started.
Scare him. It'd be a real pity we got held up.
Actually comes in a big deal.
It's 90 minutes, does not overstay its welcome. It's
didn't say anything about the direction being bad. Do you understand, guys, that this is like it's literally like preschool versus Harvard. This isn't even a contest. Okay? And we're not preschool. We are better, we're smarter, we're quicker, and we don't waste your time. Well, I mean, occasionally when I tell you stories about I don't have crushes on my 5th grade Lori Straight, but that's just something short and sweet. Not hey, don't tell them that. He thinks he's good. Don't tell him that. Do we have anything else to watch here? I feel like watching something that's better than this to wash the taste out of my mouth. Do we have anything else that we can watch here tonight? Let's see. Oh, I do have something I want to talk about. A couple things. Let's talk about Bill Murray, because remember how he got in trouble on that film that they canceled for thank you, Kuzma. I appreciate that. You know what's funny? Can I just say this, Kuzma? So you guys know I'm by myself. You don't see Alan. You don't see anyone. It's just me. There's one guy here. One thing I want to tell you is the haters are strong. They're out there, whatever this, he's dead, he's the worst, he's toxic, he's horrible. The one thing they never say, Kuzma, they never say he's not good. They never do, because they can't. Even if they want to stretch the truth and lie, they can't say it. And I love that. Do you guys understand what that means to me? I cherish that. The fact that these people are at home with their heads exploding going, he's the worst, but he's also pretty fucking good. Why does he have to be in shape and know his shit and not be bad live? I don't know what to do. He's old. He's got gray hair. He now has a mustache. Okay, what are you talking about? What are we doing here? That's because they have nothing. They're grasping at straws because we are the gold fucking standard. Bill Murray got in trouble for this Disney movie. You guys remember it was canceled like a couple years ago? I got to get up to speed on this because it just landed like today, this article. So I'm going to read it with you. But Bill Murray was on this film called Being Mortal, and it was suspended because a crew member filed a complaint against Murray. So 3 years later, apparently he's now explaining the alleged incident involved a masked kiss that he thought was funny, in quotes. I was wearing a mask. I gave her a kiss, and she was wearing a mask, he said for the New York Times. It wasn't like I touched her, but I gave her a kiss through a mask, and she wasn't a stranger. The Ghostbusters star made a point to note the altercation listed in the complaint occurred with someone that I work with, that I had lunch with on various days of the week. We were all stranded in one room listening to this crazy scene. He defended his actions, something that I had done to someone else before. I thought it was funny, and every time it happened, it was funny. So he's defending himself. He says, it still bothers me. The movie is stopped by Human Rights, or H&R, of Disney Corporation, in quotes. It turned out there were pre-existing conditions to all this kind of stuff. I'm like, what? How was anyone supposed to know anything like that? There was no conversation, nothing. There was no peacemaking, nothing. They just suspended it. Murray said they went to this lunatic arbitration. If anyone ever suggests you go to arbitration, don't do it, never do it, because you think it's justice and it isn't. So now he's talking about it 3 years later. I don't even think he should have. I mean, they would have brought it up. I just would have said I'm not going to talk about it, because now he's opening it back up. Who was it? What was the kiss? But I'm not saying, listen, I'm not defending him. I'm just saying now it seems weird. I guess he did the profile for New York Times, probably for that new movie with the dog, which I didn't see. I heard it looks good. I'm not a dog guy. You guys know that. But I do like the look of that film. It's probably better than the Luckiest Man in the World / America, right? Clearly. That's not a great movie. But if you listen to Gore, oh my God, go out and see it because it's 90 minutes. That's not a reason to recommend a movie. It's one thing. Like I could say movie's great. It's 90 minutes. You don't say, oh, go see it. It's 90 minutes. You're like, what? Why? What? That's not a good enough reason. There's got to be a reason. It's great and it's 90 minutes. Good time, right? Not it's 90 minutes. What is that shit? Let's see. I feel like watching another video. Anyone have any suggestions? I've talked now for so much. I'm kind of like burnt. There's Bill Murray. Let's go. Oh, let's do this because this is kind of bugging me. As I started the stream talking about Minecraft movie saving cinema, these are the films that Fandom Wire says you got to be excited for in 2027. Look how many are sequels. Right? Sonic 4, Frozen 3, Kung Fu Panda 5, Legend of Zelda, obviously not just like Minecraft, not a sequel. Original, okay? I know it's based on IP, but point is it's not a sequel. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, that's one to be excited for. Avengers Secret Wars, maybe. Batman 2, yes. But Godzilla and Kong 3, hell no. I mean, what? Are we excited for Sonic 4 and Godzilla and Kong 3? The last Godzilla Kong was bad. God, that was hard to sit through. And I saw it in 3D. At least they had that going on. Are they still fighting in the middle of the world? Right in the middle of the earth? Because we all know there's a hollow earth. There's either a hollow earth or we're looking at a visual screen up like a movie. It's one of the two. I don't know which one it is. Going back to, you know what? MMT gets freaky. I don't know what it is, but we definitely don't live in exactly the world we've been told. Okay, I get it. I know that. But I don't want to see Godzilla Kong. Matt, okay, fine. We'll watch that. Works for me. I've not seen the Megan 2 trailer, so let's go ahead and watch that. I swear, I don't watch trailers unless I see them in the movies, and I did not see the trailer for this. So here we go. It's Megan 2.0, the trailer reaction here, live on this Sunday night as the big show gets ready to wind down here. Let's watch Megan 2.0, and I can take a break from talking for 50+ minutes straight with like a second break. How do I already love it. Boys to Men. Oh my God, right? The 90s, I believe it was early 90s for this one. The 90s early is like kind of a forgotten period of time. We talk about the 80s so much. We really talk about the 90s, 90, 91, 92. It's kind of in between, right? It's like in nowhere land. I listen to a lot of countdowns from 90, 91, 92. I listen to Casey Kasem and Shadow Stevens. I love, because a lot of these songs we haven't heard in a while, but this was a huge hit back in the early 90s. I think that's right.
I'll admit, there were some bugs in my programming.
What the hell? Hey, let's just quickly go over Megan. I actually had fun with it. It knew what it was, just like a Minecraft movie. So those people who loved Megan but hated Minecraft, what's the same shit? It's the same goof film. So what are we doing here? And you're not even a Minecraft fan. I'm telling you, everyone who said Minecraft's garbage, some of you just, it's not for you, man. Megan was same kind of garbage. You all said it was all funniest thing ever.
It's hardly fair to blame me for that.
I mean, it's going to be hard for me to turn against this with the song. I'm already into this. It's all the first song, the first movie. Hold on.
I will do whatever it takes to protect
Here
you.
comes the second word. What? What in the hell is happening here? I swear to God, I have no idea what this is. Don't even tell me that this is Megan in 2.0. Oh, shit.
What the hell is this?
That's what I just said.
Plastic Teletubby?
Prove you can be trusted, maybe we'll give you an upgrade.
It's Brian Williams' daughter, the newscaster, whatever her name is. How dismissive of you.
Miss Forrester, we have a problem. We're hunting an autonomous android.
Who's this guy? Who's this character actor, random guy? Hold on, let me get to him again. Where'd he go? Let's see. Hold on.
We have a problem.
Who's this guy? Where'd he come from? This is Blumhouse. Wait, is that? Oh, I thought that was Michael Myers behind him. Doesn't it kind of look like that? But seriously, I love how Blumhouse is so cheap. They're just like, let's just grab a random guy who no one's ever... That's like how it used to be in Friday the 13th and Motel Hell and Piranha. All these great slashers from the 80s. You know, the small films. That, no, they didn't have stars. They had random people. You're going to take a hatchet to the head. We're going to saw off your arm. And the guy's like, I'll sign up. That sounds like fun.
Problem. We're hunting an autonomous android named Amelia. She was built using your design for Megan.
How's this possible? You deleted it.
Apparently you didn't. Nothing in our arsenal can stop her. She's gone rogue.
Another random actor getting his neck. What is this? What do you call that? Twisted but cracked? Twisted? Beheaded?
Killing anyone who's contributed to her creation.
Who's that? Well, that looks like Elizabeth Olsen. I'm in on this one, let me tell you.
I think I did it.
You and Katie are next.
What the hell? Who's this with the gun? Is this John Wick?
I know how to stop Amelia.
It's Ballerina.
She's getting more powerful. Soon she'll be the most dangerous weapon on the planet.
Oh my God, what is this shit? This is the worst thing. What is happening? Can we just say how bad Blumhouse is? I know I've said this a million times. I'm the only guy who said Blumhouse has actively wrecked more IP than Disney. Seriously, Michael Myers alone. It's terrible. And I even like The Exorcist. None of you like that. I'm telling you, they're terrible. Five Nights at Freddy, bad.
Put me in a body and I'll help you stop her.
You remember what happened last time? You threatened to rip out my tongue and put me in a wheelchair.
I was upset.
This is worse than Minecraft. I liked it. I like Minecraft.
Look, she wants to help us.
From the
Everyone
studio
deserves a
that
second
ruins
chance.
You would
IP.
like us to rebuild a deranged robot in order to catch another one.
Would you prefer I gave you a printout
Oh my God, this is some of the worst shit I've ever seen. Are people excited for this?
that you can read at your own pace?
Okay, Megan, time to give you an upgrade. Anything?
That's not Elizabeth Olsen. She's not in this. She wouldn't appear in Megan 2.0 for all the money in the world. She has class.
You'd like to add?
I want to
She's hot as hell.
be stronger, faster.
Oh, now we got Brittany.
Hey, so remember the time I strangled you and set the lab on fire? I want you to know that won't happen again.
Thank you so much.
Hey, he shaved his mustache.
And while you're at it,
I think,
make
is
me
that the same guy? No, it's a different guy. I thought it was the same guy.
All right, meat sacks. Let's get to work.
Oh, God, look at the effects on this. Looks like crap. This is bad. I don't... Why? Who said we should watch this? I hate you. June 27th.
Well, look who came out to play.
Oh, my Lord.
I was programmed to protect Katie. The only question is, are you going to
Hold on. This is another example of a sequel that instead of like going smaller, they always go bigger and stupider. When are we ever going to get a sequel that's smaller? Can we help? You guys help me out. What are some great sequels that are small? They're very few because it's always bigger and badder and stupider. I don't know how, but have Megan come back to a new family. Have Megan just regenerate, have her look different, have her like with a couple of kids instead of one, have it be a house in the middle of nowhere and make it like really scaled back. Why is it always bigger? Why don't people have the mindset to go smaller? Yeah, the sequel doesn't always have to be like crazy. It can be actually more contained.
stand in my way? Hold on to
Of course it will. It'll be the next TikTok film because all this shit's stupid as hell.
your vaginas.
I don't care
Oh God.
if she did kill 4 people.
That the effects are terrible, dude. That looks like worse than a video game. Look at that. Is that fully rendered? Help me out. Who's an effects person? That looks garbage.
She did kill 4 people. She is a smoking hot warrior
Oh my Lord. This is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
princess.
It is Predator. Terminator Predator.
I'll make you a deal. You can kill Gemma, but don't touch Katie.
Megan.
Ooh, oh. I mean, yeah, I'll probably be forced to watch it, but this is junk. I don't want to watch this stuff anymore, guys. Stop making me watch these two. Yeah, let's do that. Thank you. I literally forgot that we were going to talk about something we should have done a long time ago because I was busy hammering how boring Film Thread is. Let's go ahead and talk about Apple's The Studio Episode 3. In fact, let me pop up. I've got to go to YouTube. Let me see if there's a clip from Episode 3 because I like to, talk about it as you guys, if you haven't watched it, you can see that Ron Howard's in this thing. Hold on, Episode 3. Let's see if there's a teaser. Give me 1 second. As Weber hunts live to find the Episode 3. Shit. Oh, no, that's someone else doing. The Movie Junkie did a whole recap. I don't need that. New trailer. Hold on. No. Wait, hold on. Maybe this is one. Let's click and see what happens. No. Oh, this guy cut his own trailer. Okay, well, it's a shame. Okay, let's talk about Studio because the Studio is the best new show on television. I don't watch shows, so I really shouldn't be saying that because then I end up being like Brandon Davis, who said this is the greatest movie of the year, and he watches like 4 movies. So for me to say the Studio is the best show on television, boy, that's Pinocchio shit, man. I mean, that's some bad Erick. Sorry. It's great, okay, in and of itself. No comparison to anything else because I don't watch anything else. But what makes the Studio so great is that it is so true to this town. And Seth Rogen plays the studio head who's a bumbling cinephile who just can't say no. And in Episode 3, we see him have to deal with Ron Howard. And Ron Howard's hilarious, right? He's himself, but he plays a bitch. He plays a mean bastard who only wants to get it his way. And when you cross him, he's going to gut you, which is funny. But what you love about this episode is that it really brings home what we talk about so often here on MMT. The inability of these creatives to say no, to say, we're not doing that, to just get people to get their shit under control. And when you watch the Studio Episode 3, Ron Howard has a scene that goes on way too long after the natural point of the film finishing, and none of them have the balls to tell Ron Howard it's too long, right? Everyone's fantastic in this thing. It's hilarious, but it really resonates, especially with me, as you guys know, with a film like Beau is Afraid. How did no one tell Ari Aster, this is no good, you got to cut this motherfucker down? And when you watch Episode 3, you see why. Because so many people in this town, Seth Rogen, can't say it. It takes until the end of the episode to finally get it on the table and say, this thing needs to be out of the film. And that is what happens far too often in this town because egos are involved, as we see in this episode, and people's feelings might get hurt and all that bullshit. And I say this, be very direct. And if there's one thing to learn from Episode 3 is if I'm ever the studio head at Warner Brothers / International Features or Continental, I will tell you this. I am not going to play around with Ron Howard, with Ari Aster, with James Cameron. It's going to be, this film's got to be cut down. He knew that he was right, but he was afraid to say it because of things in the past, but also he doesn't realize the power that he has. And that goes back to, let's go back to AMC and Adam Aaron. Adam Aaron doesn't realize the power he has. Right now, coming off a $157 million debut, it is time tomorrow morning, not to wait another second, not to send an email, not to do, everyone's on the line or in a meeting here in Los Angeles, all the studio heads, Tuesday morning, get out here. Here's what we're doing. 45 days, end of discussion. I mean, it's that simple. There's not going to be any banter, and I'm going to even be as blunt as I am here. I don't care if I have Universal's head, both Warner Brothers heads. I don't give a shit. I'm telling you, it's 45 days. We don't have that. We have people that are worried about, am I going to make the wrong decision? Am I going to get fired? And that's what you see in Episode 3. And I'm here to tell you, you have to not fucking care. You have to say, I know I'm right, and this is what it is, right? When I go through an evaluation, you see me going, I don't know. I'm like, this is what it is. Now, I might be off for some of you, but at least you can appreciate one thing. When you come here on MMT, when you watch the show, you know that I am going to be 100% authentic, 100% true to exactly what I believe is the truth of the situation. And that is rare in this town. Most people say what they think the other person wants to hear. I have no interest in that. None. Zero. I want to make the best possible film, and that is why this episode is so great. Alphabet City is better than Asphalt City. Watch it. You guys know how I feel about Asphalt City. Has some issues, but overall, man, I love the filmmaking. But yeah, Alphabet City is Ron Howard's film. And you've got, what's his name, Captain America in this. And what's funny is everyone knows that the scene doesn't need to be in the film, including Mackie. But Mackie is afraid to say anything. So everyone is so two-faced in this town, right? They say one thing, do another. And in fact, you watch Mackie say, I've got your back. And then Seth Rogen, all of a sudden, he turns. And Mackie's like, oh, no, it's great. And Seth Rogen's like, what the fuck, dude? You just told me. I almost sound like Rogen there. You just told me that you're going to be on my side. What are you doing? And that whole thing speaks to exactly how people are here. They're fake, okay? I am 100% not fake. Zero. Okay, you guys clearly can see that. And I think that is what this town needs, more of that. And it keeps getting him in trouble, right? This bumbling inability to just stick the landing and say, this is what it is. And as a studio head, you have to be almost that old school studio head who says, here's how we're doing it, and that's it. Okay? I talk about Harvey Weinstein often here as the garbage piece of shit sexual abuser, that's for sure. But again, from the just simple single element of being able to get control of his directors, that's something that this town lacks. And we need to have people in positions that are able to get these directors under control. And for the directors watching, like, oh, what do you know? Trust me, I know. I have proven it over the past decade plus. Look at any of my evaluations. They are dead on. And I'm here to tell you that if you have someone who knows what they're talking about, you better listen. You know, I go back to Strange Darling, and JT, I know, watches the stream. And JT, I like your film. We've talked about that. I think it's got a lot of good things. I really hate the font. I mean, I think it's terrible. I think it's enough to make me, if I had watched that, I would say we have to go back in and clean the font. And I know here comes Weber, the font guy, but that's what we need. No one will actually go in and say these things. And, you know, JT, if you're watching, let me just tell you, I'm right. And you probably know that. And I can tell you without saying, someone that you know well knows the same thing. That's all I'll say. Because when I had that discussion, they go, I'm 100% with you. You're right. And I'm like, yes, but why aren't these conversations being had? That's the issue. Because people are afraid. I'm telling you right now, you bring me into Warner Brothers tomorrow to talk about this 45-day window from AMC, and AMC at the end of the day says, you're out of here. I'll be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going back home. I'll be on the stream tonight. I don't care. If you go into these situations going, am I going to have a job? Don't worry about it, man. Life will go on. I've told you guys I've been in some bad fucking spots in my life, and I've somehow come out of it. The reality is that you cannot exist in this world thinking, I might step on someone's toes. Oh no, this might not be comfortable. Too bad. We're going to have the conversation. I don't know what to tell you. And in this town, no one does that. They all are afraid of making someone pissed, losing a friend, quote unquote friend, and just not having the cojones to get what you need done. And that's the thing. Listen, I'm telling you, man, I've said it a million times. I go back to when I was walking out of that movie the other week with Menzel, and I was coming down the stairs. They were doing a test screening, and this is how I know they know who I am. I mean, I know this. It's no big deal, guys. I'm not saying I go to bed at night and go, well, the studios know who I am. I was walking down the stairs. They're doing a test screening, and I said, listen, I said it just like I'm saying it right now. Ask Scott. He was there. I go, listen, I'm going to tell you something. I was talking to the lady. She was like the VIP, the head. I don't even know who she was. Someone in the studio. I go, listen, I'm going to make it easy for you. Get rid of all these people that are here, and I'm talking exactly what I'm talking about. Get rid of all of them. Bring the two of us in, because I like to have Scott there because he's usually wrong. So I know that whatever he says, that whatever I say, if I'm really against it, then I'm right. No, I love you, Scott. But I told her, I said, get rid of them, bring me in, and we're going to make this a better film. And she says, you already know too much how it is. And I'm like, what is that? They know who I am. And I go, why don't you? Oh, because he's a white guy. Because I don't give a fuck. I'm better than the audience. The audience that shows up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon to get a $5 gift card. These people are just there to get their $5 gift card. This is sad. You need me in there because I'm not going to mince words. I don't need the guy from the studio to come out and ask questions. I'm like, sit down, bro. Here's what you're going to do. Boom, 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 and boom. You're going to compress it, and I want to get this shit done. I'm out of of here. Give me my money. It's not hard. And the thing is most people aren't going to say it. They're going, well, I might get someone, Ron Howard might get angry. I'll never forget. I don't know if I told you guys the story. Let's tell it. I was at a test screening when I moved back here to LA. I saw a test screening of the James Gunn produced horror film that was set in an office. You guys remember this? Like a Severance. Well, I don't watch Severance, but it's an office movie where if you leave or do something, your head explodes. You guys, I don't remember what it was called. I saw the test screening. So when I'm in the test screening, they asked me, I got so lucky. They said, can you stay after? This is before anyone really knew who I was, so I was able to do this. Now they'd go, you can't come in. It's Weber. You can't come in. Why? I'm going to make it better. So I'm sitting there with 10 people. And the people I'm with, I swear to God, are the dumbest people I've ever been around in my life. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh my God, there's so many notes I have. And so I said, if I'm going to get one thing in here, I'm going to make sure this is clear. So when I had my chance, as you may or may not know, during a test screening, they play a score from other films underneath at times because the score's not finished. So I said, whose idea was it to play the Drive score underneath this? And it was Ryan got one of my favorite films, guys. I love Drive. And I go, why is the Drive score? So the guy who's running the entire thing goes, oh shit, this guy knows too much. He literally goes, okay, guys, let's focus on. And I'm like, oh man, you don't even know. I can continue. Do you want to keep going here? And James Gunn is sitting, I swear to you, behind me because they bring us up to the front of the theater and Gunn's back there with the director. And you can tell I'm not in love with the film, right? And I don't think I talked again. They didn't call me again because they're like, this guy. But the reality is, James Gunn, if you were to use me for your Superman movie, I could make it better. I mean, I can't fix Superdog. It's too fucking late. But the rest of the film, if you show it to me, I'm going to tell you that's gone, this is gone, this is here. And listen, you can listen to me or not, but I'm going to be right. You can go ahead and disregard it. That's your call. But I'm just going to tell you, I don't fucking miss. And you need to understand that these people don't want to hear that because they're like, this guy, I've proven it. People know it. Trust me. I get DMs from people that are very, very big in this business. And they go, Weber, you're always right. I go, I know that. I mean, I appreciate that because I'm objective, I'm fair, and I'm talented, and I don't have an agenda. When you go around in life with these things, you're going to win. And most people have one of these four. If they're lucky, I have all of them. You know, like we talk about go back to Moneyball, the 5-tool baseball player. I have 5 tools as the film critic. Okay. I haven't decided what they are. Objectivity, right? No agenda for sure. Talent, that's 3. Can we think of the other ones? You know, in decent shape. That's just another. But you see, this is what you bring to the table. And if you are able to do that, then these directors should listen to you. And I'm not afraid. And I'm not afraid of these guys. I'm not afraid of any of them. Not one of them. Okay. Physically, definitely not. So you think I'm going to worry about a Ron Howard or an Ari Aster or a James Cameron? Okay. No, I don't give a shit. I don't care how much money you make, James Cameron. This movie is ridiculously overlong. 3 hours for Avatar 2. Give me a fucking break. You literally replay 1 in the first half of 2 and have to sit through again another version of it in 2 in the second half of 3 hours. Why is this 3 hours? Get rid of an hour. I want an hour gone. And I'm walking out of here. You're making an hour. I'm telling you, if I'm the studio head, I'm saying an hour's gone. 1 fucking hour is gone. Belko Experiment. That's exactly what it was. I forget what the title was at that time, but it was Belko Experiment. And that was way back in like 16, 17 when it was being test screened. And now they won't let me in. They won't let me in anymore. Thank you. There we go. Okay, here are the 5 tools according to Gone Girl. Talented, objective, no agenda, fearless, authentic. That's it. They're all kind of related, but that's exactly it. 5-tool film critic. The best on planet Earth. No one comes close. Certainly not Film Threat. Oh, my God. Open comment time on this Sunday, and then I'm out of here. I'm honestly exhausted. I can't believe at times I say to myself, how am I able to do this for an hour by myself talking? Trust me, I don't even know. Lori grew up and changed her name to No, definitely, dude. Lori Straight was hot. Okay, don't get me started. Okay, let's do this. Since Minecraft won the weekend, as you guys know, 157,301 worldwide. Probably going to go up as we look at the actuals tomorrow from Warner Brothers. Oh my God, what a hit. And exactly what the box office needed. Let's listen to a song from the soundtrack. If you saw Minecraft, you remember this. It's Depeche Mode's Just Can't Get Enough on this Sunday night as the Comet Blast closeout rolls us out of here. How big were her fonts? I was a 5th grader. I don't remember, Coach. I really don't. She was cute. I have a thing for cute. That's why I like Florence Pugh. That's why Elizabeth Olsen. Adriana Chechik. Right? I mean, these are my what? Why? Jeff, why do I tell you guys? Now someone's going to dig up Laurie Straight. And you know what she's going to say? I don't even remember Eric Weber. And then I'm going to be ruined. There's few things in my life that have like come crashing down on me where I'm like, I can't even recover. If Laurie Straight does not remember me from 5th grade, I will not be able to stream for at least 6 months. I will be devastated and I will be depressed and I will not be seen in public for no fewer than 6 months. You think Sinners could get a massive audience next week? Minecraft, Warner Brothers is on a roll. I like the film. I don't think it opens above 40. I mean, the interesting thing about that is, let's just be real. It's an urban audience, right? And we saw that with the last Bad Boys. It's hard to peg because that audience tends to come walking up and buying tickets instead of doing it on the app. So the pre-sales might be lower, and then they have a walk-up, which we saw with, Bad Boys. So we'll see what happens with Sinners. I love Ryan Coogler. Go back to Fruitvale Station. Big fan of him. Not the Black Panther guy. I like the Fruitvale Station. And obviously Creed. Oh my God. Lights out. Calling them out for being lazy with sound design using the drive scores. Thank you. That's the thing, Richard. So when I was, it's going to play again. I'll do one more rotation. It's like 3 minutes. Here's what I'll tell you is that's exactly it. I think they were like, who's this guy? Who's the ringer? I'm like, well, I'm just telling you that that's the score from Drive, and it's one of my favorite scores of all time. Cliff Martinez. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? So thank you, Richard. But I could do this all the time. I told the lady, get rid of everyone in the line. Every single one of them don't need to be here. Send me in right now, all by myself, clear out the theater. I don't even want a guy in there. I don't want nobody. I want me in the room. I don't need anyone else to bounce ideas off of because I don't need that. The problem, here's what happens a lot. When you get a committee in there, then someone says something and then I'm like, I don't doubt myself. But if I did, they'd be like, well, right? Like Gone Girl's trying to convince me that Minecraft is not good. I'm like, no, dude, no. It's great for the intended audience. It really is, dude. I had a great time with it. And look, audiences agree, baby. You're wrong. Cameron needs to get back to basic and make something like True Lies 2. He won't. He's getting paid too much. I think that, honestly, let me just tell you something this is like, oh man, Weber's getting dark. I think that Avatar is almost like a push, like a propaganda thing, right? They want you, listen, they're on record. They want you to be at home with a thing strapped to your head and live inside of the metaverse bullshit that no one really wants a part of, but Avatar sells it as, oh, it's sexy, right? One more time, third time through. I'm sorry, guys. It's going to loop. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Is that I believe that's part of it. I know, I'm not saying it's the only reason, but I believe that it's almost like, I think there's a lot of stuff that's programmed. I really do. I think you guys know that too, right? There's a lot of people who talk about that, how we're programmed to think a certain way, and by the way, it's all exotic to live inside of Pandora. I'm like, hell no, I don't want to live inside of a Viewmaster bullshit, giant blue body crap. I want to live a real life, play beach volleyball, get my ass kicked. Thank you to Scott Cronick, by the way, who he's a great fucking player. I love playing with Scott. Scott put up with my garbage volleyball today. I had like 3 good plays and 27 bad ones in one set. This is why you lose, okay? I didn't say I'm the best. Times I look good, at other times you're like, this guy doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing. I'm better at this than at volleyball. That's fair. Weber, be honest, did you throw your popcorn? No, I didn't. I don't have popcorn. I did throw my protein bar wrapper. That's close. It's as close as I get. I went, yes, and I threw my bottle of seltzer. I didn't bring it. No, that wasn't me. I didn't. My bottle of Diet Mountain Dew. I don't think even Cameron could find his way back for how. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. All right, when this song's over, it's over. I can't do it more. I've heard this now 17 times in a row. What are you doing? The Avatar movies are definitely a cover from exactly. Thank you, Richard. Why? You know, it's funny. I doubt myself. I don't know why. You know, when I say that, I'm like, it's meta propaganda. And then you guys were like, oh, he's a conspiracy theory, but it is. It's got to be. That's what I said, Richard. I said the same thing. Why is no one in the movie theater and it's selling $2 billion worth of tickets? It doesn't make any sense, right? I'm telling you, I believe that Minecraft was as big as it was, but I'm telling you, I think there's ways to like move things around and all that. I'm telling you, dude, I'm with you, Richard. Welcome to MMT. You definitely belong here. One more comment, we're out of here, and then the song's over. I can't listen to it again. I got to turn it off. I literally can't listen to that thing one more time. Is that it? Do a stream the style of gore oh God. That's going to be hard. Next stream, I'll start normal and then I'll do gore for like 2 minutes of synopsis. I'll do my best. I've got to hit a lot of ums and pause and all that. It's going to take, I got to practice. Give me a couple days to practice and then I'll be ready to do the Film Threat Snooze-a-thon when we rejoin and reconvene on Thursday night as I see, I believe it's Drop or whatever the fuck it's called. Whatever the one-word horror film is. I'll see you back here Thursday night. Hurrah for Minecraft movie, saving cinema. Go out and support movies. Even if you hate Minecraft, be happy because it's very, very beneficial to all of us as the ecosystem has been restored. Peace out.